Hi everyone, this is Heidi Hancock with Double Magenta Intuitive Energy Healing. And if you're not familiar with my work, every month I take the pulse on the collective energy that's happening, and then I offer a guided meditation to help support the energy that's moving through. So this is your soul message for December 2018. And the two themes that are working through us this month are listening and creativity. And it's the throat chakra that's being activated this month. And there is, if you've been following my work for any amount of time, you know that I often talk about figure eights and how they show up in and around our body. So in the throat chakra, there's a figure eight that moves in front and then in back and crosses at the neck. So that energetic pattern is being activated this month. And what's important to know about the throat chakra is that it's intimately connected to the sex chakra, the navel chakra, just below the belly button. And the sex chakra is the place where creativity is cultivated. And it brews there like a cauldron, like a fire that calls up. And then that creativity moves up through the spine and is expressed out of the throat. And the throat chakra, the fifth chakra, is about will and creativity and the expression of that creativity. And with the activation of it this month, what I'm hearing is that we are being called to focus on the back of the throat chakra. The way that we are typically called to move into the world is just to focus on the front of the throat chakra. So that's just about production and expression and kind of doing rather than being. And it's this way that we almost put the fire out in our belly because we're expressing so quickly and doing it repeatedly, often from a sense of obligation or expectation from the outside world, and we don't hold it long enough for ourselves to kind of create an internal awareness and connection with ourselves so that we really have an understanding of why we want to create something and to express something that's uniquely ours, that's authentic to us and not something that the outside society is asking for us to do. So that's kind of the theme this month. And there's always a writing piece. There's a blog that goes with this guided meditation. So look for that on my website, doublemagenta.com. And you can see some more themes and that kind of thing that's going on. But this really asks us to get quiet and listen before, and not necessarily before, but with the creativity, to listen to the impulse of the creativity that is within us and to really listen to that and cultivate this inner awareness and this inner knowing that's really rich. December is a beautiful time to do this. Number one, because the seasons are calling us to go internal anyway. And we have this season of gift giving coming up, and it can often pop us out of this and keep us really busy, and we think that we have to stay with the rapidness of the season. It can often feel so busy and kind of overwhelming to keep up with so much with our work, with celebrations, and the rush of gift giving. So I really invite you to take some time for meditation, for quietness, for creating on your own, in your home, not necessarily for a purpose, although you could create gifts to give to others, but really to cultivate that relationship. And I think it's interesting. I have a teenage daughter, and she is just completely in love with Billie Eilish right now. She's a singer-songwriter, and she is 16, about to be 17. And our whole family has just kind of been taken by this young girl, and she has a new song out right now called Come Out and Play, and it is the song that's being played in the new Christmas album, or the Christmas Apple commercial. And it really expresses what I'm talking about. If you look up the lyrics or watch the commercial on YouTube, it really expresses this not keeping your creativity inside and showing who you really are. So that song and the lyrics are kind of talking about a step just beyond what I'm talking about. There is the cultivation of this inner fire so that you can really get to know more about who you are, and you're connecting with your intuition. What is it that you want to create in the world that's uniquely yours, and to be aware of that before giving it out. So let's move into the meditation now, and you can get a flavor of what I'm feeling, what I'm talking about inside of your own body, and experience of that. So go ahead and close your eyes. And let's take a couple deep breaths to bring you into the space and into your body and awareness. So inhaling through the nose, deep down into the belly, and exhaling out the mouth. And we'll do that 2 more times, inhaling through the nose, and exhaling out the mouth. Feeling your seat in the chair, connecting with your bones, with your muscles, softening your face, and then taking one more inhale, and exhaling out the mouth. So first, bringing your attention down into your belly. And begin noticing a cauldron that lives in your belly. The space that holds the creativity. And with your awareness, begin tracing the edge of that cauldron. And just noticing if it has a sound or a texture. And just let that circular energy begin to call up the fire that's in your belly. And in your mind's eye, imagine a campfire. And begin fanning the flames. Calling the fire up stronger and stronger. Letting it get bigger. Maybe notice a crackling. And just call in something that you would like to create. And notice if an image of anything comes to mind. An impulse. Something maybe that you've desired to create before, but haven't taken the time for, or something that you have taken the time for, but you want to take it to the next level. And then as you have that in your mind's eye, imagine carrying that up from your belly, up through your spine, all the way to your throat. And then bring it back behind you in the space behind your neck. And let yourself imagine what you would do with that creative impulse. Imagine yourself drawing or painting or writing, playing music, singing. And just let yourself hold that image and that expression here back behind you. Taking notes of what that might be. Allowing yourself to keep it just for you for now. So in this way, you're developing stronger connection to your internal landscape, your intuition, and your own creativity. And just let yourself hold that for a moment longer. Letting yourself play. Maybe it's something you've never dreamed, you've never dared to dream of. Actually expressing in the world. And then begin to come back to your body, to the seat beneath you and behind you, your feet on the ground, wiggling your toes and hands. And then you can open your eyes. And so what I'm wanting to guide you in this month is to notice what it was you were called to create and what it felt like to do that just for you. To hold that back in the quiet, allowing yourself to create without the worry of what anyone else thinks of it. Without this exhaustive way that we express all the time, posting on social media constantly. I've been taking a little bit of a break of it myself just to tune into this and see what does it feel like to not be out in the world all the time, and to allow yourself to hibernate a little bit, because that's what winter is all about. It's about letting everything that's old, that maybe we tried, that doesn't work, letting that fall away and die, just like the leaves on the trees fall away. And then in the quiet and the darkness of winter, in the process of listening, we get to hear what is the next thing that we want to create. What is it that we need to let go of and clean up, and what is it that we want to create in the future? And that begins with doing it just for ourselves, internally, inside of our own body, inside of our own home, before we take that out into the world. So I hope that this finds you well and that you are able to experience that. And I invite you to come back to it again and again. But I really encourage you this month to spend some time doing something creative, especially if it's not your nature And if it is your nature, maybe trying doing a creative project in a completely different way. Maybe if painting is always your thing, maybe you try playing the guitar this month, or you try doing some other form of creativity, and really enjoying that and holding that close for yourself, because that is what informs how you want to cultivate your one wild and precious life, as Mary Oliver says. So I wish you well, and I'll see you next month. If you'd like to work with me or find out more about me individually, you can find me at devilmagenta.com. Happy holidays, and have a wonderful last month of the year. Namaste.